Oh. Well, that's not good. Survive. Survive. How long? 4 hours? Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, we are back with solo leveling. Indeed, look at that over there. Yep, that's great, honestly. Regardless, previously, on episode 2, we were in the first 2 episodes, we were introduced to our main character. And he, as well as childhood friend, maybe? I'm not sure. Basically, some girl who is a B-class healer, apparently. So has very powerful power, I think, but is going along with a, she's very, very cowardly, I think, or weak-willed. So she kind of, goes to weaker dungeons. They, along with a bunch of others, went to this dungeon, and it turned out, well, let's just say it was some sort of S-class dungeon in the skies. Quite a few of them actually survived, I think. I mean, I would assume they did. Because, the door was open, right? And then they ran through the door. And while they thought that it might have been a trap, the girl did also go through that door. So I assumed that the door was open to safety, I guess. My point is, everyone kind of thought our main character died. And so did we, kind of, almost. It was a 0.2 second time frame before his heart stopped beating. So, yeah, I guess, now he's a player. Let's see what happens. Alright, solo leveling episode 3. Right, so this happened last episode, and then, oh, me when I orgasm. Yeah, so you got like some sort of yeah, some sort of UI. So I'm guessing we're gonna see the little scene that I remember. Because I remember him being in a hospital bed like this, and then he was seeing a UI that no one else could see. Let's get it! Let's get it. I have no... Ultimately, I will say, I don't watch openings. I just don't. The last opening that I ever watched, and I know this is kind of, counterintuitive, I guess, but the last opening that I ever watched was, well, maybe not the last opening, but the last one that I remember was Domestic Girlfriend. And ever since then, the singer for that opening, Minami, has become my favorite artist. So, you would think that I would watch more openings, but the thing with that one was, it wasn't that I was watching anime openings back then either. It's that the reason I watched that opening back then was because of the song that played. The thing with that song was, for the first like 5 seconds, like the way that song starts, the first 5 seconds into that opening, I didn't even realize it was the opening. So I was watching like the first 5-6 seconds of the opening, not realizing that it's the opening, and then I was like, oh, this is the opening. But the first 6 seconds of that song already caught me in its trap, right? And then I listened to the rest of the song, and I mean, the song was just so good in the first 6 seconds that I was like, or it's just so unique. So I was like, damn. So now, usually, I give it like 6 seconds, and I can pretty much immediately tell what type of song it's going to be. And let's be honest, most anime openings, they're all kind of the same. You know, they're all kind of pop songs with, like, you know, Japanese pop type stuff. Like, I mean, I'm not a connoisseur of music or anything, but I don't know. Let me just open a cold one real quick. But yeah, like, I just feel like most anime openings are just, they're so samey. They're so, like, similar to everything else. Oh yeah, Mr. Song. Okay. Yeah. I mean, makes sense, obviously. But still, you know, I really... You know, I'm left with the question of how much money did they actually get? Because, like, they were going to an... I think that was a D rank dungeon, right? Assuming their own rank doesn't, like, give them anything. Their own rank, like individual ranks, are just how strong you are, like indications of how strong you are. But what they get paid for is how many of those crystals they get from monsters that they kill inside the gates, right? Inside the dungeons. And I would imagine that higher ranked dungeons drop more of them, or bigger ones, I guess. We saw in the last episode that, or at least maybe in the first episode, that apparently they don't drop a lot. Apparently, those crystals, they don't drop a lot. So I would imagine maybe it's like one of those small crystals that we saw in the last episode that, you know, like our main character got. Maybe one of those, I mean, I don't know, like 10k or something, maybe, right? But they're kind of rare, or I don't know. You know, I don't know how much those cost, because I'm thinking that our main character, I mean, he told us that he was basically poor. Yeah, he has the mother's medical bills and you know, wanting to send the little sister to like college and whatnot. But like, I don't know. I feel like those crystals must be very expensive. What I'm trying to get at is that even going to a D rank dungeon must be worth it compared to just getting a normal job, right? That's what I feel like. It has to, like, those crystals that can drop must be very expensive to be worth essentially risking your lives over, right? Now, and yeah, they kind of took a D rank, D class dungeon, like they didn't take it really that seriously. I mean, they kind of did, but they kind of didn't, right? But like, they were confident that they would survive, but still, you know, is it worth it? It must be, because, you know, our protagonist, I think, would just get a normal job if being a hunter didn't pay more, right? Wait, what did it say? 6 survivors, okay. I mean, that wasn't too bad.
その場には存じぬハンターが倒れていただけで、神殿や石像なんてものは痕跡すら残っていませんでした。そんな、信じられませんよね。生存者たちの証言が少しでも食い違っていたり、犠牲者の遺体の一部が現場に残っていなければ、危うくあなたたちを疑うところでした。ちなみに、これはあくまで我々の予想ですが、存じぬハンター、あなた、覚醒後の覚醒をしたんじゃありませんか。覚醒後の覚醒。ハンターの能力値は覚醒時に決まって一生変わることはない。ところが。
Okay, so awakening is what they call it. Oh, okay, so there have been... Okay, I mean, that kind of goes against the information that we were given in the first episode, which is, oh, that your power can never get any stronger. No matter how much effort you put in, like, you can't ever get stronger. I mean, that kind of... You could have just told us that, like, on very rare occasions, they do, you know, exceed their previous limits, as, you know, he's saying.
もしかして俺も。
魔力測定器です。こちらに手をかざしてください。
Oh yeah, I mean, that's kind of that's kind of annoying that he's so excited about this. I mean, yeah, I kind of understand, but the problem is, like, dude, you just survived a. Never mind. I'm just gonna. Never mind. I'm just saying, you know. I'd like the main character to be a little bit more, you know. You see, it's like, dude, you just went through a massive tragic ordeal, and you're like, oh my god, did my second awakening happen? Oh my god, am I stronger now? I'm so excited, yeah! What do you mean? You're in the fucking hospital. You just went through a fucking tragic moment, right? And traumatic event, and one of your best friends, I guess, is totally depressed. Many people died. And you're like, oh my god, I'm so happy that I could have potentially a second awakening. Like, you know? Come on.
かえって失礼なことをしてしまったようです。
E 級でも普通は70を超えるのに、あれじゃ一般人と変わりませんよね。
ダンジョンが消えてしまって再調査は不可能。彼はどうやって生き延びたんだ。なんだよ。
What do you mean how did he survive? The fact is, if they got the other people's statements, they would understand that this was no ordinary dungeon, right? If all the dungeon wanted was to kill them, they would have just died. Point is that there were like tests and stuff. Maybe he just completed the puzzle or something, right?
期待したじゃん。それよりあの人たちはこれが気にならなかったのかな。
Ah, yes. So this is what I remember. Basically the only thing. You have unread message.
あの時も確かこんなのが。ジナ。もっ
と体を大事にしてよ。めちゃくちゃ心配したでしょ。
ところでジナ、これ見える？
俺って？
悪い、なんでもない。あのさ、例えばゲーム内で未読のメッセージがあるとするじゃん。
あ、ゲーム？
それってどうやって読めばいいんだろう。
頭の検査でも受けてくる？
ジナ、昔ゲームばっかやってたじゃん。
まあそうね。メッセージボックスを開けばいいんじゃない？
メッセージボックスを開く。
なんで急にゲームの話？
あ、いや、入院中暇だから。あの時もプレイヤーがどうとかって言ってたな。
その様子だともう大丈夫そうね。じゃあ行くね。そういい、お待たせ。
本システムはプレイヤーの成長をサポートします。本システムの指示に応じない場合、ペナルティが課されることがあります。
A penalty?
何のことだかさっぱりなんだけど。
So he has to play.
クエスト強者を目指して。確認。腕立て腹筋スクワットランニング。
Wait. I thought, wait. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and 10 kilometers run. Isn't this, Wait. Isn't this One Punch Man's thing as well? Could it be that? I mean, again, if they were based on each other, like, or one of them was based on the other, like, I don't know which one came first or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure they're both like web novels or something. So it could be that, like, imagine this show came out first, right? And then One Punch Man is like, oh yeah, I got so powerful. You know, Saitama's like, I got so powerful because I did 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, squats, and 10 kilometers running every day, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that was you know, what Saitama said, right? I don't remember. It's been a while, but like, that's fucking funny, bro. God. I mean, it's funny, but it's like a cool little Easter egg because it makes sense, right? Because this, if I'm not mistaken, like he's gonna start doing these quests and stuff, like daily quests, and he'll become very powerful, right? Like, I mean, that's just appropriate, isn't it?
全て完了できない場合、ペナルティが課されます。
What's the penalty, though?
なんだよこれ。冗談もほどほどにしてくれよな。入院中にそんな体力あるわけないじゃん。何がどうなってるんだ？
例の存じぬハンターですが、再覚醒をした様子はありませんでした。ゴー会長。
そうか。ダンジョンブレイクに至らなかったのは不幸中の幸いだが、どうも今回の件、不可解なことが多すぎる。
ええ。これまでのどのケースにも当てはまりません。
ダンジョンは未知なことが多いとはいえ。わかった。今回の件は特殊ケースとして、データバンクへの登録と再検討の依頼を。
わかりました。
次の B 級レイド、チャさんは教官役として参加してください。
教官役ですか？
このレイドは新人研修や
Oh, she's the S-class girl, right?
お願いしますね。
Wait, what was her name?
ください。
教官
Miss
役
Cha?
ですか？
このレイドは新人研修や実地訓練も兼ねています。みんなその背中を見て学ぶ。君にはそれだけの実力があります。我々ハンタースギルドは国内の5大ギルドに数えられていますが、世界的に見ればまだ不十分。個々人のランクを上げることは不可能ですが、実践力を鍛え上げることは可能。来るべきその時のために。
I'm very interested to see how they do other powers, right? So far we've seen healing, we've seen like some sort of fire ability, I think. And that one guy had like some sort of speed ability, even though it didn't really matter for him, but you know, I'm excited to see how they're gonna do the powers, because that's kind of what it is, right? Everyone seemingly only has one single power. I wonder if, they're gonna kind of bullshit their way around that, where they're gonna show one person just being able to like do everything, kind of. Like for instance, that Miss Cha or whatever, that woman earlier, we saw her already like jumping up buildings and stuff, right? So normal people would not be able to do that. Okay? Even if you work out and you're skilled, like there's no way you're able to do that, right? So you would think that being able to jump up buildings and stuff would be part of her abilities, or ability rather, single ability, right? But somehow I don't think her super agility or super strength would be enough for her to be qualified as like an S-class, S-rank hunter, if that makes sense, right? So I'm wondering if they're gonna do this whole bullshit thing where like A and S ranks have like their special power, and then they also have like very good agility and the ability to jump up buildings and stuff like that. Uh-oh. What the fuck?
どうなってんだ？夢なのか？さっきまで病室。
Oh. Well, that's not good. Survive. Survive. How long? 4 hours? 4 minutes? Oh, okay. So he does just disappear. It's not like a mental thing. Okay. So he just gets teleported somewhere. That could be useful, actually. I mean, right now it's fucked, yes. But if you think about it, that could be useful, actually. Right? If you get teleported on midnight, well, I guess it depends on where you get teleported back to if you do survive here. But like if you get this daily quest every single day and you get teleported here if you fail, that's like potentially a very good like escape plan. Jesus, what is that? Like the Slifer the Sky Dragon? How long? 2 more hours. Oh.
いや、こっちには。私もう一度部屋の方探してみる。そうね。
病院の外に出たってことはないと思うんだけど。
Well, obviously he's gonna survive, right? As fucked as that is, there's literally no way he survived for 4 hours, okay? Just no way. No possible way he's survived for 4 hours. But, you know, I don't think it's supposed to be, like... I don't think you're supposed to think too much on that. I feel like they could have just done survive for 4 minutes, right? And you probably would have gotten to the same exact result. So, but with a little bit more realism. Well, gotta do your dailies. Always, always remember to do your dailies. Alright. Time to start doing dailies.
先日ハプチョンで発生した DQ ゲートなのですが、どのギルドもあいにく出払っていまして、もちろん無理にとは言いません。いいハンターの状況もよくわかっておりますので。
すみません。
いえ、お気になさらず。おお、そうそう、目を覚まされたそうですよ、ソン・ジヌハンター。
そうなんですか。ジヌさん、無事だったんだ。
And he's not there. Well, of course he's running. Yeah, I mean... I think the big centipedes, centipede demons, have a better argument.
デイリークエストをこなせば3つの報酬が得られる。状態の回復。疲れが一瞬で吹き飛ぶ。
Wait, whoa. Is this like a time thing, or can you just activate this anytime? Because he said it and then it activated. This is like, dude, you can just you just store up a full heal? Can you stack those? Can you stack those? Have you tried? If you can stack those, you can basically just have multiple full heal recoveries just stacked and just waiting, like potions, basically. And just activate them whenever you want.
次は能力値ポイントだ。もらったポイントは好きな能力に分配可能だ。やっぱり筋力かな。能力値を上げればそれだけ強くなる。実際、筋力がアップした実感がある。他にもスキルのインベントリー画面なんかも。
Dude, hang on. Let's go back for a second. Can we see? Okay. Out of these, which one would you take? Where would you put your points? Right? Let's think about this for a second. The way I would do things, right? If I was in his position, I would think of a couple of things here. So first off, strength, obviously, more strength. Agility, movement speed. Agility and dexterity, right? Perception, I think. You notice things quicker, right? Vitality, life, how much damage you can take. Intelligence, I'm not really sure how that would, like... I guess it just makes you smarter? Now, where would I put my points? Assuming I had, 12 points like he has right now. I would start with strength. I would actually start with strength. The reason for it is because you can do these things, these daily quests, in the real world. Which means you're not going to have any problems, really, right? So you don't need agility or perception, really, at this point in time. So I would go with strength, so you're stronger. So if someone does mess with you, you have basically a one punch, that you can take, and you can take them out. You don't need to be fast for that. Although, I would not put every point into strength. I would start putting it into vitality. The reason for that is because, well, in case you do get into some trouble, and you can actually take more hits, right? I would make sure, because vitality is basically your lifeline here, right? I would put points into vitality, 100%. I would put the majority into strength for now, and then I would put points into vitality. But of course, I would also try to calculate how fast I'm getting levels, right? Am I slowing down? with how fast I'm getting levels. So I would try to see how fast it takes me to get one level, and then I would try to see how fast it takes me to get the next level after that, right? Does it slow down? After that, I can calculate, essentially, do some math, calculate how far and how many levels roughly I'm going to get before I kind of plateau out, right? And so I would try to calculate how many points overall I'm going to get, and then after, putting some points into strength and vitality, then I would start thinking, okay, what kind of build I'm trying to go for here? What do I need the most? And overall, I would say I would not put any points into intelligence, because I feel like you can just increase this normally, right? Like, why do you need intelligence exactly? Yeah, I would start with strength and vitality, and then slowly, I think, maybe move into some points into perception, and then move into agility. I would start with strength, but putting everything into strength is just not a good idea. In this situation, I think. A random loot box. Great! It's a fucking gacha game.
今までペンとか絆創膏とかくだらないものしか出てこなかったけど。インスタンスダンジョン
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do not activate. Do not activate. Not yet. You gotta be prepared. Dude, in situations like these, you prepare first, heavily.
溺水症
別名最後の睡眠とも言います。ゲートが出現してから見られるようになった病で、数万人に一人の割合で発症します。一説によればマナに長時間さらされることが要因だとか。いずれにせよ、現在の医学では延命治療が精一杯です。
言っとくが、働かねえやつと山分けなんてしねえからな。
すみません、役立たずで。能力値ポイント、筋力。
I'm still thinking that's not a good idea. I mean, he's going for a strength build, but,
装備は整えた。やるべきこともやった。逃げるのには自信がある。もし前みたいに危なそうなら、全速力で逃げよう。
Yeah, exactly. You would have needed some agility points, to run away fast. And some into perception, and potentially vitality, so you can survive longer. Perception, so you would notice that something is going to go wrong. Instance dungeons. Obviously. You thought that wasn't going to happen?
なるほど。ここは全くの異次元なんだ。インスタンスダンジョンはただのダンジョンじゃない。行ったことはないけど、多分レッドゲートにいた概念なんだろう。参ったな。最悪逃げようと思ってたのに、これじゃ逃げらんないじゃん。
And this is why I prepare thoroughly.
岩石？何？とにかくクリアするまで出られないってことは？本当にパーティーもなしに、俺一人でボスを。けど、やるしかないんだ。
Another reason, actually, why I probably wouldn't, if I was in his position, I wouldn't put so many points into strength, is because you don't exactly know if it's your strength stat that matters or if it's your weapon that matters, right? Because I mean, it doesn't matter if you are very strong. At the end of the day, if you're using a bladed weapon, like, you're gonna be doing slash damage anyway, right? Like, yes, your slashes are gonna be a little bit heavier, But like, if your weapon can't handle it, your weapon's probably gonna break. You're better off using a blunt weapon, I think, with strength, right? So if you're using a bladed weapon, I feel like agility would be better because you can do more, you can move around quicker and do more slashes, right? If, you know. Now you see the difference here. If he put some points into agility, I'm saying you would have already killed them all because you're so slow. I'm telling you, agility and dex builds are always better than strength builds. There's a reason for that, because you have more survivability. You're faster. You can get hits in more often. And you see, again, he stabbed the guy, right? Or, you know, the goblin or whatever, right? But it's not like he needed 30 strength to do this. He could have probably just done that with 10 strength, right? But if he put points into agility, he could have done that much faster. That's my point. Because I would imagine, right, you have to figure out which stat does what exactly. Strength and vigor, right? Or vitality. Vitality, what does vitality do exactly? Does it increase your stamina, right? Does it increase your, do you get exhausted less often? Or does strength do that? You know, like, you kind of have to figure these things out. Yeah, what now? See? Now you punch it, right? And you probably notice that your attacks are so much more powerful because you have a strength build. Just punch it. Just fucking punch it. One punch, baby. Activate the one punch, man. Come on. Of course, it's not about trauma, dude. You sense danger, so of course you're scared, dude. One punch! One punch! Come on! Just punch it. He's dead instantly. 100%. I assume you still have your instant recovery if you can use that whenever. Just one punch it, dude. One punch it. One punch! One punch! Don't tell me. Ah, fuck! Okay. There's actually one thing I wanted to check real quick. So what? There was three types of rewards. Full recovery, I wrote that down. Okay, oh, so the third one is just points, stats. I think 3, right? The cool thing about this, right? The cool thing about this, this whole thing that is happening to him, this whole game thing, is that there are a lot of things that I feel like that have kind of hidden benefits or hidden possibilities. Like I said, like knowing the difference between vitality and strength, for instance, right? And then like intelligence and perception, like what do those do exactly, right? Like, yeah, in video games, it's very obvious what they do, right? Intelligence kind of helps you with intelligence checks and magic. But in real life, like, what would that do exactly, right? And perception, like, how do you do that in real life exactly? Like, what is, there's a lot of these things that seemingly could have very interesting real world benefits in different ways. Then you have the loot box, right? Is the loot box always the same? Do you get better loot boxes? Is it like some sort of, is it like a gacha thing? I assume it's a gacha thing. and then this instant recovery. Dude, this full recovery thing, if he can use that, if he can, like, dude, he might be able to stack that, right? If he can stack that, he basically has full recovery just as like a potion. And I assume full recovery means not just exhaustion, but like full heal as well. And then there's this this being transported to a different plane of existence if you fail the daily quest. This could also be used in very interesting ways because it's basically just a free teleport at midnight, right? If you get captured by someone or whatever, right? And you actively don't do the daily quest, you can just get teleported out and you can prepare in this other realm, assuming you can obviously, you know, avoid these creatures, but yeah, like you can definitely use a lot of these things in different ways, which is really cool. I guess we'll see what next episode brings. I assume I hope he's just gonna one punch this dog, but you know, I guess we'll see. In any case, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in episode 4 of Solo Leveling.